I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror since 2014. This is episode 279 of the program. Tonight we are discussing The Ugly Stepsister, a fun little twist on Cinderella. My name is Amy. I am your fearless leader. I am joined, as always, by my lovely and talented co-host, Kay.
That's me.
That's you. Welcome.
That's me. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Continuing in our own home. Yeah, that's right. Continuing with Pride Month, we thought we'd do a little feminist movie. We're getting into some very warm weather. It's going to be in like the 90s and hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yeah.
When we're camping?
Well, I don't know. It's also supposed to thunderstorm the weekend that we're camping, but that's a week away now, so hopefully things will change.
You're lucky it's your birthday.
Oh,
I'd
God.
put up way more of a fight about this goddamn camping trip.
I'm scared about it too, let's be honest. It's that time of year again, folks.
Baby's birthday?
That too. It's the worst month. I mean, it's Pride Month and that's nice, but it's my birthday month and that's not nice.
I think it's nice. I like showering you with presents.
I mean, I like presents, but I hate being reminded of my increasing age.
Ah, sure. Impending doom.
And my impending demise, yeah.
Mm-hmm. One day, you'll be gone.
That's so lovely.
Happy birthday to you.
That's right.
You got 2 more weeks of this.
Oh, Lord. Listeners, hope you're doing well. As you know, we have been continuing with Kay's horror homework. And so, for our introductory segment on this episode, we are going to be talking about 2 classic films.
Classiques. We're in the 1960s, but guess what? One of them had color.
That's right.
Not both, but one.
The earlier of the 2 had color.
Crazy.
One of them was more low budget than the other.
Ah, sure.
And that's what happened in the 1960s. The first one we're going to talk about is Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
Yes.
The later of the 2 films. That one came out in 1962. It was directed by Robert Aldrich, which I don't really know anything else that he has done. Not a name that stuck out to me. This film is mostly famous for its camp value. It was kind of a B movie, but it ended up getting Oscar nominations. So,
Because of the stars.
Yeah.
The stars, I tell you.
So this one, of course, stars Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. Out of their heyday, when they were haggard old crones of 50-something.
And didn't really like each other.
No, they did not like each other.
No.
Kay, you had seen the Ryan Murphy series about this, correct?
That's correct,
And
yeah.
you enjoyed that?
Yes, I did, very much.
So was it interesting to see this movie then, after knowing that?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely gave you a little backstory on, well, neither of us can get goddamn roles, but by our powers combined.
Right.
I guess we'll get this movie made one way or the other.
But it was Joan Crawford who brought the project to Bette Davis, and then Bette Davis who got the Oscar nomination.
Right.
Which then caused them to fight even more.
Well.
Although they did have a grudging respect for each other.
Right.
Especially towards the end.
I mean, when you put 2 aging actresses in a movie about aging actresses, I mean, they're gonna be able to give the goods.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows the subject better than them? Better than those 2 for sure.
Right.
What did you think of the movie?
I liked the movie. I hated that they had her upstairs. Like, she could have lived so much more of a, like, fulfilling life if she wasn't locked in her bedroom in a wheelchair upstairs. Move her downstairs.
Sure, but then her sister wouldn't be able to control her.
That's true.
So what the movie's about, listeners, if you've not seen this one, is Baby Jane of the title was a child actress, like a Shirley Temple type, who had an older sister who then rose to fame as an adult actress and became a very A-list star. And so her sister, Baby Jane, was always very jealous of her. And then there was a car accident, a suspicious car accident, where it seemed like Baby Jane was driving. The other sister, what's her name in this? Oh, I'm looking at you, babe. You're Blanche.
Blanche.
Because you are in that chair, Blanche. You are in that chair. So Blanche and Baby Jane live in this house together years later. And Blanche is being kind of kept as a prisoner because she's now a paraplegic. And Baby Jane is just a crazy drunk.
Yeah, she definitely is just drinking that hooch all day, every day. Ordering it from the store, having it delivered right to her. And also definitely depleting into madness as well. I mean, I'm sure that the drink is not helping.
Sure.
But no, there's some stability problems there.
Which are very evident in the, visually, they're very evident because she wears this kind of freakish, clowny little girl dresses and crazy makeup.
That's exactly, it's her dress from Baby Jane, the actual, like, dance routine, just fitting an adult body, doing her no favors. Like, it's just a cutesy little doll. Which also, yeah, she has her own life-size doll made of her when she's a little girl. And so she's giving it out to people, and they're just like, no one cares about this. Stop. Yeah.
It's very much like a camp, over-the-top version of Sunset Boulevard, which is about a washed-up actress. Although that one was from the silent film era, and then not fitting in amongst the talkies.
No, the talkies. I'll stick to the talkies, thanks.
I like this movie. I don't think watching it on Tubi did it any favors. There were a lot of ad breaks.
So many ad breaks.
It's a lot longer than I remembered it being. It's 2 hours, 14 minutes without the ad breaks. So it ended up being kind of an ordeal for us to get through on Tubi. That's the only place it's streaming for free right now, unfortunately. So if you do decide to watch this, if you haven't seen it before, and I recommend it. I think it's a good movie and fun and frustrating and, you know.
Yeah, and the only thing that we held against Blanche was, in order to call her sister whenever she needs food or to talk to her or whatever, they got this bell system set up in the house. But instead of ringing the bell, she, like, holds it, like, enjoy that. Sorry if that pops for you listeners.
Well, that's how it is in the movie.
It was very annoying.
And now you know how Baby Jane feels.
And how we felt watching it, because it's not like it happened once.
Can you see why this is a movie that B-movie aficionados, drag queens, lovers of camp would be into?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love the pianist that she ends up hiring because she's going to get the show back up. And he is clearly just swindling her for this money. And he's just like, whoa, okay, this is what we're doing. Wow. I love his acting.
It's interesting to me that they took the time to have such a nuanced tertiary character. You know, I think
loved
that's
him.
I did too. He's a lot more interesting and brings a lot more to the role than...
Well, there's not a lot that Blanche can bring to the role at all. She doesn't have, like, the day-to-day. They're both just hearkening back to their, you know, time on the stage.
Yeah, and it's surprising to me that Joan Crawford would have gone for the less flashy role. And maybe she wanted to be...
I'm pretty sure they switched it at the last second.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Ryan Murphy show, so you probably know more of the background.
Unless it was another movie, but I'm pretty sure it was this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't at me. Whatever.
This one kind of goes well with our movie that we're reviewing tonight in a way. They're both kind of talking about women no longer or not being useful because of their sex appeal.
Yeah. And it's just like the book that I just finished listening to as well.
Yeah?
Everything is...
Oh, yeah, that's right. That one you were telling. We're going to talk about that later on, too, when we get to talking about our...
It's just all about the second that women wash up. They're just not useful anymore.
Yeah. So that was one of the movies. And the other movie, which we just finished, very different kind of film.
Yes.
Very different subject matter. Peeping Tom. One of my favorites. This movie was made in 1960. Oh no, of course now the air conditioning chooses to come on.
We were just talking about how cool the house
Hold on, I'm going
was.
to turn it off. We'll
That's
turn it off
funny.
for now, and then we'll turn it back on when we're done. Sorry, listeners. That sound will stop in a second. Sorry about that, but it is 88 degrees. So, Peeping Tom was directed by Michael Powell, who is a director of very, very pretty movies, like Black Narcissus and The Red Shoes, and other movies that I haven't seen, but those are the two that I've seen, and I really like them. And this one. Mm-hmm. All of his movies are very colorful and dramatic, melodramatic.
There, yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
The drama.
This movie came out the same year as Psycho. Mm. Kind of a very similar theme. Kind of both serial killer movies that I think kind of are I would say the first modern serial killer movies. Both of those. They kind of follow the killer as the main character.
Yeah.
And also kind of attempt to show the psychological reasonings behind what made them the way that they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I think that I could have dealt with a little bit more of the other characters caring about this serial killer at all. Like, his girlfriend didn't bring it up at all. The mom thought there was something wrong with him, but, like, didn't bring up the fact that there's killings happening.
You think that there should have been more, like, people in the movie that were concerned about it?
There's 3 women that have been murdered.
Well, there's one that's a prostitute and one that's an actress, so...
Yeah, I guess. I did like the detectives, though.
Yeah, I like the detectives in this, although they don't give them a lot to do, you're right. It's not a cat and mouse kind of movie, though.
No.
It's a character study of this guy.
Yeah.
Although Psycho does a better job of, like, suspense and, you know, making you afraid. This one, it's just like, look at this poor freak. Watch him.
And his daddy did it. His daddy made him do it.
I think that's what makes Peeping Tom and Psycho interesting movies, because of what the avalanche of movies like this that followed after this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, they gave him a good backstory, and you could tell he was fighting with it the whole time. He did a great job acting. He knew that he has this, like, instinct inside of him that he wants to see fear. And he's trying to protect his girlfriend. I guess. No, that camera will never film you.
It's a neat movie. It's kind of meta, and it's in the way that a lot of movies about voyeurism are, because a movie in itself is voyeuristic. And I think that gives an interesting extra layer to movies like this. In this movie, it's interesting because the serial killer, if you guys have not seen it, uses his camera as his weapon, which is a neat kind of unique.
He's got a little stabby in the bottom of his tripod.
Yeah. My favorite character in this is the mom of his love interest, who lives below him.
Right.
I think that she's an interesting character, who we couldn't tell if she was blind at first, despite all of the hints that they drop throughout.
Yeah, we definitely went back and forth. I mean, I called it pretty early, but then I was like, oh, no. Oh, wait, maybe? Oh, no.
And then yes.
And then yes.
And then yes.
But she sees inside of him.
I also like that this movie, The Red Shoes, one of their... Powell and Pressburger, so there were 2 guys that made that movie, and then Michael Powell made this by himself. So The Red Shoes is a movie about a ballerina, and she's played by Moira Shearer, and Moira Shearer is in this movie in a smaller role, not the love interest, the dancer that he kills. Mm-hmm. And they still managed to squeeze in a little dance sequence in a serial killer movie, which makes me happy too.
Why not?
Yeah. And I love how Michael Powell's movies look. The lighting in this makes me so happy. It's so pretty and dramatic, and the lights, the colors are so bright and vibrant.
Especially when we've been watching black and white.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was nice for our transition into black and white movie, or into color movies, to be able to start with this one.
That's right.
So what would you rate both of these movies out of 5?
Well, I personally liked Baby Jane better, but that's just more my style. I love camp. I love me, an old actress. I love nom nom nom, give me that drama.
Yeah.
So that one, I'm going to say a 4. And even though this other movie was pretty, and I understand why you like it, it's just a 3 for me. That's fine.
I think I would rate Baby Jane a 4 and Peeping Tom a 4.5 or 5.
Yeah.
I think it's a 5-star movie because of how it looks, but the melodrama at the end does get a little silly.
Yeah.
And how do you plunge a spike into your neck and there's no blood? A little blood?
Yeah.
A little blood.
That's
Come on.
the only thing that they show us of the actual attacks anyways. Right. And that's it. All right. And he falls down and one leg is like pushed back. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
But I really liked, for example, I liked how he knew he was going to get caught throughout.
Yeah.
And that he has this kind of grim, fatalistic attitude throughout the whole thing. You can tell he's suffering, but he's compelled to do this anyway. And I really enjoyed how the one guy that always asks him to go and see a movie with him that he works with, when he's videotaping the detectives and the guy's like, don't you think you're going to get caught? And only talking about, like, for videotaping the detectives, you can tell that he is thinking about the murders and thinking, yeah, I know I'm going to get caught. And I liked that. I thought that was pretty smart.
Well, he said that too when the dancer was like, we're going to get caught. And he's like, maybe we will. Yeah, that's fine. Like, he doesn't really think that his life is going to continue on anyways. Like, this is all...
Right. And there's no desperation of trying to escape. The only desperation is, can I finish this?
Yeah.
Which makes it interesting.
Got his father's science mind, I guess.
I guess so. But his is more of a paraphilia than anything. So those are our horror homework movies for this episode. Did I say that Peeping Tom was available on Canopy? I don't think I did. It's on Canopy now, and it's the restored version, and it looks really nice. So I would say if you want to watch Whatever Happened to Baby Jane and you haven't seen it, you might want to rent it.
Yeah, don't go the Tubi route.
I wouldn't.
I'm pretty sure it said there's only going to be 2 ad breaks, and there was like 9.
Yeah. And Peeping Tom you can watch for free. We recommend them both.
What a steal.
I'm glad there hasn't been anything that you've hated.
Yeah.
What have you liked the least so far? This one?
It might be this one.
Ah, well. So. You know I like pretty.
Yeah.
And sometimes at the expense of other things.
I mean, I have more of an appreciation talking it out with you.
Yeah.
But what's that say about the movie?
Right. Exactly. Okay. You ready to start talking about the Ugly Stepsister?
Sure.
Oh. I
think I'm just over the recreation of the stories that I know. I didn't care about the live action Snow White that I saw in theaters. I didn't care about this. I mean, the body horror was great. But the plot line, it's like, yeah, it's Cinderella. Like, the literal first time that Cinderella was told was ancient Greece. Like, this is...
Is that right?
Yeah, it's like... the story was not exactly the same, but there was like a servant that was working, and a crow grabbed her slipper and it fell into the king of Egypt's lap, and so he went to go find her. But yeah, it's been
done to death.
It's been done. She's been done.
She already had hers is.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's get into the stats real quick, and then we'll talk more about it.
Okay.
So The Ugly Stepsister is not rated, and that is for extreme gore and penis and vagina. And when I say penis and vagina, I am talking about turgid penis and, like, spread vagina.
Yeah.
FYI. So we're just going to start with that. The runtime is 1 hour, 49 minutes. It was written and directed by Emily Blickfeld. This is her first feature. She's only done shorts prior to this. It stars Leah Myren, Thea, Sofie, Loch Næss, that is her name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but that's her name, and Anna Dahl Torp. It premiered at Sundance January 23rd of 2025. It had a limited release in U.S. theaters April 18th of this year. It's currently streaming on Shudder and AMC+. And on Rotten Tomatoes, it is a 96% fresh with critics, 86% fresh with audiences. What is it about? You know what it's about. In this case, the evil stepmother's name is Rebekka. The stepsisters' names are Elvira and Alma, or Elvira probably. Elvira and Alma. So Rebekka and her 2 daughters move into the estate of her new husband, Otto, and his beautiful daughter, Cinderella, Agnes.
Agnes.
So, the second that they move in,
Literally
at the wedding feast, Otto drops dead into his cake. It's very funny.
He seems like he was going to be a great dad too. He's like throwing cake at the new stepdaughter, and everyone's laughing and having a great time. Dead.
And then we find out that Rebekka married him because she's penniless, hoping that he would be the financial security that she and her family needs, only to find out the second he dies, all these debt collectors come. He doesn't have any money. Elvira, the oldest of Rebekka's 2 daughters, is kind of a braces-wearing dork. Yes, they did have braces back then.
1819.
Wow. Although this doesn't really happen in a real place or time, but it's, the olden days.
Ye olden days.
So she's just kind of a dork, nothing horrible about her. She's just kind of plain and gawky and whatever. And she swoons over the prince of the kingdom who writes poetry that's illustrated with his dreamy little face and whatever, and thinks she has a chance at marrying him. So this ball is announced.
Yes.
In 4 full moons' time.
Yes.
A very fairy tale-like way to tell someone when something is. And the prince is going to... all of the eligible virgins in the land have to be there, and the prince is going to choose his wife from this ball. So Rebekka, the stepmother, and Elvira, the stepdaughter, have this plan, mostly Rebekka's idea, to get her pretty by any means necessary by this time. Meanwhile, Agnes is just gorgeous and whatever.
Naturally beautiful.
That's right. And Elvira has to do all kinds of horrible things. Horrible things.
Beauty is Pain is the name of the doctor's office.
That's right. So you know the story, but this one is from the perspective of the ugly stepsister.
That's right.
What else did you think about this, babe?
Yeah, I just...
Didn't think it was necessary?
Yeah, I didn't need it. I didn't mind the way that it looked. I liked all of the trash that was in it. So many butts. We got so many butts. Butts and boobs and penis and vagina. We got it all.
Got it all.
The dresses, I don't really care about olden time dresses as much as you do. And yeah, the story. I did like the twists and turns that they gave to it.
The way that they departed.
Yeah.
Made it more disgusting.
Made it so gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just could have done with a completely different plot and then kept all of the same gross things.
So you expressly didn't like it because it's Cinderella.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know. It's shocking because I love Disney.
Well, you like Wicked, too, which is about someone who's classically labeled the villain in a story everyone knows and giving the context.
Yeah, I did like that there was a lot of times that I felt bad for the ugly stepsister.
Yeah.
But I still didn't like it.
Interesting. I liked it. I thought that it was a neat... I like a classic story told from an alternate perspective. I think it's interesting. If they were to have just done a horror version of Cinderella, I don't think that would have been needed. But the way that they twist this to make it about her, the stepsister...
Yeah. But I knew how it was going to end.
Yes.
And they didn't change that?
No.
No. Thinking?
I liked a lot of the way that they approached it. I think that, you know, fairy tales have always been really gruesome, and to lean into that for a horror movie makes sense. I liked the Hansel and Gretel adaptation that Oz Perkins did a couple of years ago. I think that also showed the blood and guts inherent in these stories. I thought the performances were very good, especially Elvira. I thought she was wonderful.
Yeah.
She makes that character more, I guess, guileless and just kind of vulnerable. And, you know, you understand her. She does bad things in it.
Yeah, no, I mean, she is uncomfortable, and you know why nobody likes her. But then that just makes you feel for her.
Yeah, in the same way that, like if you've seen Welcome to the Dollhouse, the same way you feel about Dawn Wiener, where you're just like, Jesus, can't you, like, stop being such a fucking dork? But you feel bad for them.
Yeah.
I thought the sound design and the music were fun and interesting. The sound design, the music was kind of synthy, which I have been kind of sick of in movies that are, you know, set in not modern day, but I think that it works very well in this because of the fairy tale aspect, and especially because a lot of the synthy stuff happens during her fantasies.
Right.
And I liked the way that it looked a lot, especially for someone whose first movie this is.
Oh,
The look of the movie.
I thought you meant, all right, this is someone's the first theatrical viewing that they've ever seen. I was like, we're going straight to not rated? Get your kids away from this one. Oh,
Do not
God.
bring your children to this. Do not see this if you don't like horror movies. It's gory.
It's gory.
People have thrown up watching this, gagged.
I was not fully facing at any of the gross scenes. I was my head in your shoulder. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, you were.
Nope.
There's a zit popping scene. I didn't need to see that at all. I liked that they took a story that was about the virtues of being good and pretty, and good things will happen to you, and turned it into this.
Yeah. I mean, everything was going her way when she got beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a very cool feminist take on Cinderella. I think, you know, the ultimate message is life sucks for women.
Yes.
But life especially sucks if you're ugly.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a very pertinent message, and always will be, for women. And the lengths that we go to achieve physical beauty are crazy.
Yeah.
And I liked that the younger stepsister in this was the only one that seemed to notice how crazy everything was.
Well, she just got to go out and live her own life.
Because she hadn't had her period yet.
Right. She wasn't
of breeding age,
yeah.
so she wasn't a marketable resource.
So she got to go and, like, take over the stable hands job and do all of the cool outdoorsy fun stuff.
Right. I think that they go to a lot of trouble in this to make the characters nuanced. For example, Cinderella is not perfect.
No.
She is kind of petty to her sister at first, to her stepsisters at first, although you can understand why.
Yeah.
And she, I think it was implied, she was fucking the stable boy.
That wasn't implied.
No.
Oh.
That wasn't implied. But I think that what was implied was that she was letting him give it to her in the butt so that she could stay a virgin.
Yeah, I could see that from that position.
And
but also the vagina's right there.
Well, yes, as we saw.
Yeah, we did.
I've never seen a full vag in a regular movie before.
Yeah.
And you don't often see hard peens either.
No.
But that was pretty shocking. But she has her own flaws. She isn't perfect, and she loves this stable hand, but she's going to marry the prince anyway because it's going to get her the financial security that she needs.
Girls got to do what a girl's got to do.
Right. And the mom, who, is just unrepentantly evil in the fairy tale, you understand also where she's coming from, because at this point in time, and up until only very recently, the only option women had was to marry to set themselves up.
Right. Who's going to want these sagging breasts with 2 children?
Right. So I think there's a lot of smart stuff going on here. I don't think it's perfect. I think that it kind of drags a little bit and gets repetitive as far as, we know the beats, like you said. And the second act to me drags a little bit. But I thought that the ending was satisfying. And I liked... I really liked it. It wasn't as gory as I expected it to be honest with you.
Yeah, but those 3 main gory things, they really did a number.
The one scene especially I thought was really impressive. The scene where they're sewing the eyelashes onto her lids. I don't know how they really did that. That was very good.
Ugh. Just like the actual thread coming through the eye.
Yeah.
And like getting the blood on it through the eyeball. Like, Yeah, I think the pulling was worse than the piercing for me.
Yeah. I thought the costuming was really nice, except for that ball gown.
Yeah.
The ball gown that Elvira wears at the climax of the movie was very ugly.
So ready for that to be like a statement in the movie, like the unveiling of the ball gown, and Amy's like, "What? How are they going to react?" And I was like, "They're gonna love it." Then they did.
I did not like it.
The characters are like, "It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen," and Amy's like, "Her?"
Yeah. Some of the visuals in this are great, like the nose brace. Ugh. I really like how that looks on her. She's got this thing after they do the primitive version of a nose job on her with like a chisel and a hammer. They have this metal brace that she wears for most of the movie with these velvet straps. It was just a nice juxtaposition. I liked that.
It was very cute though. Like, I feel like it would be a status symbol. I don't think that girls would be making fun of it.
Right, it would signify that you had enough money that you could do that.
Right.
And I think that the movie is smart enough to not want to totally rehabilitate the ugly stepsister in people's minds, just to make us understand her.
Right.
Because she's not made it to be perfect.
No.
We just know where she's coming from. And I think it's interesting that she's not just unhinged at the beginning of the movie. It's as she becomes more beautiful outwardly after enduring all this pain that we see her kind of devolving psychologically as a result.
Yeah.
And what about that scene where she's already done a lot of work? She's already had, I think, the nose job and the braces off removed and stuff, and she runs into the prince and his gross friends in the woods, and he looks at her for like a split second and says, "Oh, I wouldn't fuck that."
Well, they were calling her metal nose. It was just very superficial.
Right.
Just, you're not cute enough. Yeah, I don't really understand the woman that took her under her wing and gave her the tapeworm egg. Who was she? Why?
I think probably that woman, as she says in the movie, sees herself in Elvira and sees an ugly duckling that would be able to transform like she has and wants to help her. I don't think she had ulterior motives. I think she probably hates the pretty girls that don't have to work for it because she probably had to work for it.
I don't know, but she was really nice to the stepsister too.
No, the other dance teacher was nice to the stepsister.
I thought she came out and she was like, the prince is going to love you.
I don't know.
I think she was just being sweet to everyone. And I just didn't understand.
Maybe.
And then she's in love with the dance teacher, which I loved.
Sure.
Happy Pride.
Right.
But still.
What did you think about the rotting dad in the dining room? That reminded me of Pearl a little bit. Just the fact that, there's something that signifies that their house is just going to totally decede.
It's not even the only time that I thought of Pearl during the movie.
No.
It's a lot of the close-ups of the face. I was just like...
Her having to smile when she's going through incredible pain and having to,
Yeah. I liked that part. I also just didn't really love how... they are following the movie or like the storyline of Cinderella, except for not with any of like the magic and whatever, really, except for they kept in the pumpkin for no reason.
That was a little weird to me too. I didn't think that they did it all without magic before that. So to add that in was a little weird to me.
Just that 1-2 punch of the maggots being the little seamstress helpers.
Right, which is clever to me.
I know, I did like that.
Because the movie is the warts and all version of this, that they would have the maggots because she goes and lays with her dad's rotting body because mom is spending this money on paying off the debtors and getting all this cosmetic surgery done on her daughter and refuses to bury.
And paying the school to get her even
right,
a part of the
finishing
dance.
School she goes to. I guess the movie is not very original. You can see a lot of other movies in it, like Pearl.
Yeah.
Like The Substance, of course.
Yeah.
It runs very parallel to The Substance, especially women hurting themselves, in order to fit these standards.
Right.
But also hurting each other for a prize that is not anything special.
Oh my God, the prince.
But I did like how useless men were in this movie and how peripheral they were.
Yeah. Yeah, the mom was definitely using every man that came into the house for something to help her daughters, and they just got a little sex, a little BJ or whatnot, because she doesn't actually have the finances.
Right.
I mean, sex work is work, honey.
And they show
what you
mom,
need.
even her, with sympathy by the end.
Oh, yeah.
Really, the only villain in the story is society. Which I thought was very feminist and smart, and I enjoyed very much.
Yeah.
I don't think it was perfect, but I liked this movie. I recommend it to you only if you are a horror fan. There are very disgusting scenes in this. Do you think that these scenes were grosser than the last movie we watched, Bring Her Back?
Well, aside from the tooth scene from Bring Her Back.
And the arm skin biting.
Yeah, but I think... Oh, it's so hard to choose. Don't make me choose. I think the toe scenes were really bad. Really, really bad.
What about Chekhov's tapeworm?
I didn't mind the tapeworm.
Really?
That didn't gross me out. They're just pulling it and pulling it and pulling it. And I know that tapeworms are very long. I mean, it was surprising when it got real thick at the end, but not bad. They also had some crows eating it at the end, which I'm sure is some sort of symbolism that I didn't pick up on.
Well, they didn't. I don't want to ruin the ending of this, but at the ending of the original classic Cinderella, Cinderella's birds peck out the stepsister's eyes. So maybe that was some kind of allusion to that.
Sure. Eat that tapeworm. Have it.
But it was faithful to the original story in that the stepsister cuts her toes off.
Right.
To fit
I know
the
that.
shoe. That one, I think people mostly know, is the bloodier actual version of the story.
Oof. Yeah. Her crawling with all of her injuries.
Once she breaks her nose and it's all askew at the end.
Right. Everything that
breaks
she
her teeth
had done, her braces, her nose job, her freaking everything.
Her wig falls off because she's so malnourished from having this tapeworm that she loses her hair and has to wear a wig.
Yeah. She just is horrible, and it's like inside of my body I'm feeling like, oh, those toes just got caught up yesterday. That's hurting. Like, you can't be moving. Stay in bed.
Yeah.
He's not going to love you like this.
No.
Just stay in bed, honey.
But it's a pretty grand kind of ending for...
Yeah, I like the whole movie. I like the whole plot, except for I just didn't need the Cinderella aspect of it. Just give me a different story.
I think that made it cool.
All right. Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Do you recommend people watch this?
If you're not sick of just seeing the same movie over and over and over and over again, then...
Can you recommend something that is like this, but that you liked better?
Like a horror movie?
Yeah, or not. Something in the same vein that you preferred. Because if you don't like a movie and you don't recommend it, you got to recommend something else.
I was never privy to this.
Well, no, for next time.
You should have warned me.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you weren't going to like it.
Yeah, you would think I would.
But you did hide your face in my shoulder for a while.
Yeah, the gross scenes were gross. Those...
So I wasn't sure if you'd like it because of that.
No, I liked that part. And she was a little perv, and I liked that part too.
Yeah.
Was that the prince peeing? Let me get a little look-see of that.
A little looky-loo at that. I guess we should rate it, and then we'll talk spoilings. Okay. What are you rating this?
2.5.
2.5. I rate this a 4.
Okay.
3.5, but plus 1.5 star for Dong.
For Dong.
And I recommend it, as long as you're okay with grossness. If you liked the substance, I think you will probably like this. I think it's a nice companion to the substance. And I think that we should have more movies that celebrate or explore the plight of the ugly person, because...
Also, I took off a 0.5 star for subtitles.
Oh, right. I should mention that if you, like my partner Kay, are not a fan of subtitles.
I just don't like that. Even if there's subtitles on and it is in English, I'm still going to read it. My eyes go directly there. I miss things that are happening up on the screen. I just don't like them.
I don't like closed captions at all for that reason, because I read them without paying attention. But I feel like with subtitles for movies that are foreign, I just forget about it. This is, I think, Norwegian, this movie.
Mm. Sure.
I think so. Anyway.
Spoilers.
That's a 2.5 from Kay and a 4 from me. I think this is the first time we've really disagreed since you've started.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Not mad.
You're mad?
Yeah.
We're fighting now.
Oh, God, the fights.
It's the beginning of the end.
Yeah. You're making your own dinner tonight.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus.
Guess who's having a bowl of cereal?
That's right.
You.
It's me. Spoiler time. Spoiler time. Let's talk about all the gross scenes first.
Okay.
There's the nose breaking with the chisel. That was gross.
That was rough.
He doesn't hit it just once. He hits it a couple times.
Yeah.
There's the eyelids.
Yeah.
That was really gross. The tapeworm. Her stomach rumbles audibly throughout, which is funny.
Yeah, and you just like, her face is always kind of in distress. So then your brain's working and just like, is it just rumbling because the tapeworm needs something to eat? Or is this actually causing pain as well? Probably both. I imagine she's just in pain all the time.
It was quite big by the end.
Right.
And she does a great job of, her acting is very good. I can't stress that enough. I think this performance was really good.
I thought actually her eating food was really gross as well. Her with the spaghetti in the bathtub, I was just like...
One of the grossest scenes I've ever seen, sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
Is a scene from the movie Gummo, the Harmony Korine film, where this child is eating spaghetti in a bathtub. I never thought I'd have to see someone eat spaghetti in a bathtub again, and now this.
She just always has food on her face. Like, she just doesn't care. It's just... Ugh. Also, she's losing her hair at that time, so there's clumps of hair, and she drops spaghetti into the bathtub, then she swoops in, picks it up, puts it in her mouth, and it's...
It had been floating in there with her clumps of hair.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The cake was less bad, but still gross. Just like, once she got to the third one, and she's just shoving it in her mouth, and oh my god.
Yeah, that was pretty gross. What else happens that's disgusting?
Well, the toes.
The toes. She chops her toes off. She does not get it off in one blow, so they're hanging there, which is really gross. And they do the most extreme close-up of blood just oozing out of this.
Really got in there.
Yeah.
And then her mom comes in, and she's just like, you cut off the wrong shoe. He's got the left shoe. And she just gives her some medicine, puts her to sleep, and she's like, well, it's got to be done. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Her sister's just watching horrified. Like, what? What is happening?
And I think we already mentioned it, but the fairy godmother who comes to Cinderella is her dead mom, and her dead mom somehow causes the maggots crawling over her dad's corpse to repair the dress that Elvira has ripped up.
That's a thing in Cinderella too. It's mostly American versions that have a fairy godmother. It's usually the dead mom.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. So, she goes to the ball. She does get the prince's eye. They dance. He's enchanted by her.
Her dress is way uglier than the green one, I think. It's just...
Cinderella's?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought her dress was pretty, but I thought the mom's dress was the prettiest dress.
Yeah, her mom's a slut, though.
Yeah. Well, sex work is work, baby.
Yeah, I know.
She's not a slut. She's working for the fam.
I'm not saying that her
she's
being
not a slut because she loves it. Maybe she does. I don't know.
I'm not saying she's a slut and that is bad. I'm saying she's a slut and she's passed that on to her creepy daughter. I don't know, man.
So yeah, Cinderella comes in. She's got the thinnest of veils on, but then he does a dip when he is dancing her, and she's like, "What? It's Cinderella."
Mom was like, "They'll never know it's you."
It's the whole Clark Kent.
Yeah.
So then she runs off. She throws up some eggs at the ball.
Yeah.
Runs away. Cuts her toes off. He comes. The whole thing happens just like you think, where he takes these. Oh, I found the shoe.
Except for you get a whole, at least 3 minutes of her trying to get out of the bed with her broken feet. And that's when she falls down the stairs, re-breaks her nose. Her lashes have come off.
Breaks her teeth.
Breaks her teeth. Yeah, I thought when she first fell off the bed that she broke her nose, and then they pulled up her face and showed that she was bleeding from her mouth, and I was like, oh, thank God she didn't hurt her beautiful new nose. But then by the end of that sequence, well...
That was some nice special effects with that crooked-ass nose, too. So, all is not lost, however. They do have kind of a happy ending, because her sister, who's been unscathed in all of this and thinks it's crazy, is like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
She walks in on her mom giving a blowy. She steals a very expensive necklace, makes
right in front
full eye contact with her mom.
Who is like, you know what, you're right. You should probably go.
You should go.
I can't take care of you anyway.
And our prized possession has cut off her damn toes. So she's not getting married off anytime soon.
Also, she probably thought, I'm going to be next.
Yeah, because she did just get her period for the first time. So now it's going to be me. Let's get the fuck out of here.
So she steals this. Hopefully they have enough money and they run away and become, I don't know, hags in the woods.
Why not?
Because what else are you going to do?
Yeah. Can't purchase your own land. You're a woman.
So it's almost a happy ending for them because they escape this cycle. And then we have an after credits sequence which we only found out about afterwards because
oopsies,
we've never seen a movie before, I guess.
Not us again, missing the after credit sequence.
But all it showed was that time had passed and Dad's corpse was still rotting in there. So what does that signify to you?
Well, I just think it's crazy that she ended up marrying... Cinderella ends up with the prince. She's presumably got all of the money in the world now, and she still doesn't bury her dad. Like, that was such a stressor earlier in the movie. So
does it mean that now she doesn't care because she's the princess, or does it mean that is it to show that she doesn't have power still and she can't even...
Yeah, I think that you can get all of the money in the world and you'll still be controlled.
You're still a woman.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because I think she's very caring. Like, even her little lover, she was like, you'll be the only one that I'll ever love, but I do have to marry this prince because that's what has to happen. So, like, I think that she truly did love her father and would have gotten back there to bury him and give him a proper funeral if she could have.
So not really a happy ending for her.
No, not for Cinderella.
So there you have it, guys. That's what we think about The Ugly Stepsister. I liked it, Kay did not. Let us know what you think. You know how to get in touch with us, right? You can email us at thebloodlustpodcast@gmail.com. You can message us on our website, thebloodlust.net, by leaving a comment or hitting contact us. You can message us on Facebook or on Instagram or on Threads. So that's how you do it. Just look for The Bloodlust. In other news, Kay has been reading some horror books. You read A Head Full of Ghosts.
Yes.
You enjoyed.
I did.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
As that is our book club book for this month.
That's right.
You want to tell us about the other books that you've been reading?
Yeah, sure. I just finished listening to Mary by Nat Cassidy. And he said that he had originally started writing it when he was 13 after watching Carrie.
Okay.
So he
was like, I'm going to write a book and it's going to be called Mary.
Yeah, he knew the character that he wanted and he just kept coming back to it. He said Mary was just always there. And then, like, I don't know, literal decades later, he finally did the damn thing and wrote it. But yeah, it's that I really like it. It's about this woman who is perimenopausal, and she just keeps going to the doctor like, I don't know, I'm hearing things, I'm seeing things, I don't think this is right, and everyone's just like, it's textbook, just try to get some sleep and drink a lot of water.
The same thing happened to me,
Textbook.
except for not hearing voices.
Yeah. So you're kind of like going crazy with her and figuring things out of, oh wait, maybe this isn't natural, and then
there's ghosts in it, right?
There's ghosts, there's reincarnation, there's human sacrifices. It's great. It
sounds like a good one. He's written a lot of books, so if you like that one, I guess you have plenty more to choose from.
It was long too. It was like 15 hours.
Really?
Yeah. Good long one, which lasted 2 days.
2 days for you.
So.
I'm reading a book called After Death. It's a short story anthology where authors write about different scenarios for the afterlife. A lot of the stories are kind of sci-fi. I haven't loved them so far. There have been a couple that I liked. One was more about like the bureaucracy of the afterlife, which I thought was fun and interesting. Poor guy was an accountant during
Frickin'
life,
paperwork.
so he was made to become an accountant in the afterlife.
Oh, no.
Which was nightmarish and awful. But I thought that was a fun exploration of what the afterlife might be like that would be truly horrifying.
Oh, no. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate that.
Yeah. Have to do the job you did in life.
I mean, I
for all
like what I
eternity.
do, but it's not heaven.
No, sure not.
It's not heaven.
Sure not. So that's what I'm reading right now. For our next movie, we are going to be watching 28 Years Later, the third in the Danny Boyle zombie or rage virus anthology.
That's the one with fast zombies,
That's right.
That was like
the first fast zombie movie.
Claim to fame, yeah.
So
We're gonna have to
we're gonna have to
Twins.
revisit those. I've never seen 28 Weeks Later, the sequel.
I think I might have, but doesn't matter. Don't remember enough.
And I haven't seen 28 Days Later since it came out in theaters, which was 28 years ago.
Right.
So I gotta watch that again. It was so
it
rapey.
28 years ago? That's fun.
Yeah. It was so rapey that it made me uncomfortable and I never watched it again, even though I thought it was good. And I've seen so many rapey movies since then that I'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch those. We're going to go to the theater and watch 28 Years Later. It opened in theaters on the 20th, so it is out now.
We're gonna get some slushies. We're gonna get some slushies. Ooh, new flavor slushie.
Oh, yeah. That weird green one.
Yeah,
It was pretty
sour
good.
apple. It was great.
Yeah. So we'd hope that you join us back here in 2 weeks to discuss 28 Years Later. We hope you've enjoyed listening to this episode. Thank you for joining me, Kay.
Like it or don't, I don't care. Cinderella.
Keep those cards and letters coming. If you could, write us a review and rate our program on your listening platform of choice. That would be a big help for us. And tell your friends about us.
Yeah. You know a person that's interested in listening to how funny and charming we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Couldn't we bring joy to their day like we bring joy to yours? So, we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
See you soon.
Until next time, this has been episode 279, and I have been Amy.
And I've been Kay.
Thank you. Good night.
Hail Satan! I did it at the right time.
So proud.